What is up, Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. So, welcome back. Thank you for listening. Today's podcast, I'm going to talk about why the best time to start your health and fitness journey is right now, in November. It might be kind of controversial. People might think, why should I start now? All the holidays are coming up. I don't want to feel restricted. And that's exactly why you should start, because all the holidays are coming up. Not to restrict yourself, not to make yourself feel bad, not to restrict yourself or feel guilty for the holidays, but to help with the holidays, help hold yourself accountable. But before we dig in, I just want to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed the podcast, if you've been listening for a while, if you could support the show by rating it, sharing it with friends or family members, or even sharing it on your social media and tagging me at Fit Habit Emma. That just helps me get in front of more people. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, so don't wait till January. So really, I'm going to call this episode, Should You Wait for January to Start? And really, no. Would I recommend going into a fat loss phase right now, as Thanksgiving's coming up next week? Definitely not. You should not be in a fat loss phase. But that doesn't mean right now you can't start focusing on integrating habits into your routine that are going to serve you in the long term. So, yeah, you might be having or going out to a bunch of holiday parties or traveling. But that doesn't mean that you can't try to focus on yourself and improve your sleep quality, improve your daily movement, improve your eating habits, improve your mindset around exercise and diet. You can do these any time of year. And honestly, right now, when things are crazy, that's indicative of real life. Real life is crazy. I was talking to a friend the other day, and you're like, yeah, how's everything going? And they're like, oh yeah, good, just busy, crazy. I feel like things always come up. And I'm like, yeah, same here. That's what being an adult is. There will always be something. There will always be a reason not to prioritize yourself. There will always be something that will come ahead of you focusing on you, that you'll think is more important than yourself, than your health, than your energy levels, than your quality of life. There will always be something. So the best time to start is when life is crazy, because in the future, when something comes up again, you'll know exactly how to handle it. And so that's why, honestly, most of my clients who start during this time, who start prioritizing themselves, who start focusing on building healthier habits, starting to exercise, starting to prioritize more like whole foods, starting to prioritize protein and fiber, because they can do it during this season and they start making changes during this hectic season, when other things come up, it's easy. Oftentimes, a lot of excuses I get when I'm on consultation with someone who's interested in my coaching program is, well, I'm just gonna wait till things calm down. And in the back of my head, I know they're never gonna start, because nothing's ever gonna calm down. They're just not actually ready to make that change yet, and that's okay. But that's another misconception I think people have, is they think they have to overhaul their whole lives in order to start seeing results and to start feeling better. But you really don't. You can start and focus on literally one thing a month. But if you focus on one thing a month, by the end of the year, you'll be 12 habits healthier than you were that previous year. And like, if you think about the holidays specifically, most Americans gain most of their weight during those holiday seasons. So if during that time you start to focus more on yourself and on your health, and what you can do to start to feel better, improve your energy levels, just show up better for yourself and your family, you probably won't gain that much weight, if any. And that tends to be the problem. It's like people are like, oh, I don't want to not enjoy the holidays. But then they don't end up enjoying it because they're stressed out with everything going on. They're using food as a coping mechanism. I used to do this. A lot of people do this during the holidays. Like, oh, today's been so stressful, but I have pie in the back. I'm going to eat a whole pie. Or they just go wild during those holiday gatherings, and then they feel guilty and then over restrict, and it's this whole cycle over and over again. So anyway, that's why right now is the best time to start improving yourself, start focusing on yourself, because then you won't be further behind when January comes around. As I said, most Americans gain 5 to 10 pounds during the holidays. I've said this on past episodes. I've been really focusing in on the holidays because this is what people are worried about right now. This is what is top of mind for most people. And I really think if people had some accountability during this time, they wouldn't feel as bad about starting up in January. They would have more energy. They would enjoy the holidays more. Honestly, when you feel like crap, it's just not fun. Like when I used to use the holidays as an excuse to, I am really tongue-tied today, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I had lunch recently, maybe 15 minutes ago. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyway. What I used to do during the holidays is I would use it as an excuse to eat a bunch of crap. And then I felt like crap. I was in a bad mood. Then every time I would overindulge, I'd want to make up for it. And then I would beat myself up. It was like this cycle. It was this guilt cycle. And that's not healthy. That's not fun. I'd rather just feel good most of the time. And on Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and I guess probably Christmas Eve, have a little bit more indulgent meal than usual. And just get back to my normal thing, because my normal habits are really healthy, so I don't have to worry about 4 occasional overindulgences in a 6-week period. It's like, that's fine. My body's metabolically flexible. And even now, because of my relationship with food is so much better, I don't overindulge like I used to. Me overindulging now is like having a big piece of apple pie. Whereas before, it was like having 2 or 3 big plates of the main courses, having 2+ pieces of pie, drinking a bunch of alcohol. And then, of course, I felt like crap the next day. But it was because I told myself I could never eat these things, that when they came around, I would overdo it. But now I don't tell myself I can't eat anything. I can have whatever I want to have. But now I've learned the connection between certain foods and how they make me feel by paying attention to what I eat and how my body responds to that food. And so now most of the time, I don't crave that stuff. I'm not saying I don't crave it, but most of the time I don't. And when I do, because it's been so long since I've had it the last time, I'll have some, and I'm totally fine. So yeah. Hopefully this was helpful. But if you don't want to start in November and December, I understand. But really, now is the best time to start making small changes, like minuscule changes. Like maybe it's just having 30 grams of protein with breakfast. Maybe that's all you focus on for this month. That's going to help you in the long run because you're starting the day strong. You'll have less cravings. You'll have more stable energy. You'll start to feel better. You won't be as dependent upon caffeine. This is a lot coming from me as I have been very dependent upon caffeine lately. I do stop having it before noon, so I will give myself props for that, but I've been using a lot of caffeine recently. Um, but yeah, so even that one thing, that one habit, that one change is going to cascade into other things. And because you'll start to feel better, you'll probably want to start to make other changes as well. So just think about this. Don't wait. I don't recommend waiting. You'll be worse off than you were before the holidays, and you'll be starting behind when January comes around. And so really this is why I created the Maintain Don't Gain Thrive Through the Holidays challenge, because I don't want people to wait. I want people to start taking action on their health and on themselves now. It's not a weight loss challenge. It's really just about showing up for yourself so you can enjoy the holidays, not feel guilty, not feel restricted, but feel like empowered, confident in yourself, and have more energy. So you're in a better mood. You have less stress. You're more capable of enjoying these experiences with family members and loved ones. And just providing people with a little bit of structure and accountability for that hectic season. So essentially, in Maintain Don't Gain, and I picked the title because it just sounds funny, but really you're just trying to maintain your health, maintain your sanity. Yeah. So it's not about weight. It's just, and if you focus on these habits, like on these habits that we'll be working on, like having more protein in your morning and your lunch, getting a little bit more movement in your day, having workouts that are flexible that you could do at home, at the gym, while you're traveling, and just having a community of people who are trying to better themselves and improve their health and stay grounded and present during a hectic season. That's it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. Even if you don't lose a pound, even if you do gain a pound or two over the 8 weeks, you'll just be in a much better place than if you just continued down the path of inconsistency, down the path of putting everybody else's needs first, down the path of not taking the time for yourself, not moving your body. You'll just be in a much better place. So if you'd like to join Maintain Don't Gain, there's a link below. And again, this is not a template like boom, just follow this thing. No, like there's weekly calls. And the first call, so I have a kickoff call, and then there'll be a call every single Monday for the next 8 weeks. But the kickoff call is this Thursday. So basically what we're going to do is just set our intentions for this challenge individually and where we want to be when January comes around and how we want to set ourselves up for that goal that most of us have in January anyway. And so that's kind of the goal of the first meeting, and to make sure that if there's any questions about this process, I'm there and I can answer them for you. And just make sure y'all are set up to succeed for those of you who do join. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be fun. So hope to see you in there. And it's $97 per person for the full 8 weeks. Or if you sign up with a friend or a spouse or whatever, it's $147 for the both of you. And the coolest thing about this is I kind of wanted to give back as well. And so half of the proceeds are going to a nonprofit that is called Dahlia's Hope. And they help sex trafficking survivors and sexual assault survivors reintegrate into society and get a more holistic approach to trauma care. So it's a really cool organization. If you look up Dahlia's Hope, if you just want to donate to them, that's great too. But half of the proceeds, half of what I make will be donated to them. So not only are you prioritizing yourself, but you're also helping other people by joining. So hopefully I see you guys in there. But if not, please check out Dahlia's Hope and at least you can donate to them. So anyway, hopefully this episode was helpful. Hopefully I see you in the challenge. And if it was helpful and you'd like to join the challenge, if you could share this with someone who you think might want to join the challenge, who might want to take part of this, just to better show up for themselves during this crazy season, let me know. Or share them the link. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in there. And if you ever share this show, it helps me tremendously. It helps me help more people, which is the goal of this show. So anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.